Using every contestant from Total Drama plus Chef and Chris, we have 34 teams all battling it out, redonkulous race style, and I won't even lie, this is a pretty good lineup. Go ahead and comment down a team or two that you believe may win. If you like this, it would be such a huge help if you could like the video. I'm so sorry if your favorite characters don't get screen time. There is holy schmoly a lot of them, and I can't do it all. I can't do it all, bro. There are 34 of these, bro. These bitches go crazy, these bitches go stupid. I can't do it all. If you have any suggestions, comment them down below. Let's get it. So since there is so many teams at the beginning, like the camera crew needs like a chance to have screen time for each one, but just enough so you realize that they're there, present, you know, something. So I feel like the first challenge will actually be really simple, and it's probably going to be in 3 parts, but the teams will have to like choose what they want to do or decide where they want to go. So for the first part of it, I'm going to say it's all about the brawn, and then the second part of the challenge, it's speed, and then third, we're going to finish it off with obviously a little bit of brain, Mama Pratt, you know? Golly, moving these at first are going to be some work. Alright, so obviously, like, the contenders for brain, we got this team, we got this team. Bro, look at my man Ezekiel. Why is he paired with Mickey and Jay, bruh? By the way, shout out to this dude on Twitter who gave me the idea. Please make sure to follow my Twitter. The link is down in the description. I'm almost to 100 followers. You could be my 100th follower, bruh. Look at this amazing post right here. Please help. Oh, for sure, Scarlett, Elodie, and Mary. They got this. Alright, so because of the mixed strengths in this challenge, like setup that you need, I'm gonna say that the first place crossing this finish line, which by the way, if a team crosses the finish line, that means they're completely safe, they made it, congratulations. And this time around, I'm gonna say first place actually goes to Sky, Zoe, and Priya. They're fire team, by the way, now that I'm looking at it closely. Second place, I'm gonna say goes to MKB and, you know, Cameron. Followed by Emma, Kitty, and Damien. Bro, Damien looks zoink. Then we got the boys, Dave, Noah, Mike, and then Scarlett, Elodie, and Mary. Mary, you carry down the team so much, bro. You big nose, dinkle dick bivocals. Sierra, Izzy, Scary Girl, you know, we have to have them kinda up there in the top. Now, the next teams to arrive probably aren't on the Gucci flight to the next place, but they still, you know, pretty did good, you know? Because there's a lot of teams out here. There's 34, bruh. So if they make it here, that's still excellent. I think that Carrie, Emma, and Sammy could actually have, like, a lot of potential going into this. I don't know if their team would like be the best content-wise, because I won't even lie, that might get annoying after like 10 episodes. But as of right now, congratulations, y'all did it. Second flight. Followed by Ennui, Crimson, and Gwen. I do think that's a pretty good team, just the goths or emos, Edgar Allan Poe, whatever you want to say. They're not conformists, we'll just say that. You know we gotta put some respect on the hunky team. This team got so much ego, it's crazy. And to throw them a bone, we got Scott, Max, and Duncan. Max hella carrying on the intelligence part of this. Now I'm gonna start focusing on people like more into the like speed aspect of everything. Cause all the big brains are gone except Mama Pratt. Alright, and the last few teams able to make it on the second flight, we got the Queens, the Boys, Le Gays, and then Sean, Jasmine, and Axel. This team is very overpowered, and then coming right in at the finish line is MacArthur's plus Sanders. There we go, that is the second flight. Congratulations to them. By the way, with each flight that like passes, like the quality gets worse and worse. The third flight's not that bad though. It's just the second flight, you know, has like the really good food. Third flight, you know, it's not like they give you peanuts or something, but they give you TV dinners, which I guess is better than peanuts, maybe. You have to get like the chicken nugget, brownie, macaroni, cheese TV dinner. You know what I'm talking about? Spud knows what I'm talking about. Ain't that right, boy? Here, go up there. I don't know why, but for some reason that got your team across. Good shit, Spud. Banquet got you down. By the way, I really don't know which team is about to get out here. Alright, Courtney, Amy, and Heather just able to get on the flight, followed by Lori, Miles, and Dawn. Alright, so just like the other two aspects, I think it is time where we kind of give, like leeway to those with immense strength on their team. Ryan is very strong, but Junior kind of isn't, and Z is Z, but you know what? I think after DJ, Rodney, and Owen goes, along with the Chris McClain team and the powerhouse, this one beefy team that got so much testosterone, bruh. Brucey Kaput's type beat. But after those two, then I'm gonna allow Ryan to carry Junior on one shoulder, Z on the other, Caleb style, get them across the finish line. Anne Maria, Stephanie, and Lashana, I think y'all got what it takes. Other teams that I feel like are doing very well in this and probably would have been here by now are these two. So congratulations to y'all. Alright, so this is probably where like plot relevancy and like plot armor is added. Sam, Cody, and Harold making it across. I feel like with the help of the intelligence of the twins, they could probably get Z across. Last person to flight on flight 3. Now this is the airline that gives you packing peanuts. You don't get hot food, you get packing peanuts and water. At least these guys got TV dinner and Kool-Aid or lemonade. Kelly, Jen, and Tom, congratulations. Damn, we are really like getting there. You know what? I think Kelly might even help Taylor and her team get across because Sugar is very strong. Dakota's kind of fast if she wants to be. And so I feel like if Jen and Tom helped Kelly if she asked nicely, they probably would get this team across. I don't think it's time for this team to go yet. Stacy, you're like an anchor, bruh. Dwayne, Jerry, and Pete, definitely not your time to go yet. And I think y'all already know what's about to happen. Yes, sir, I'm so sorry. Get over there. Step Bros, you guys are alright, and I know you guys specifically have a lot of fans. A lot of people are probably sad to see the Step Bros goes, but as a personal thing to me, I don't feel it, bro. Like, they goodbye. Bye, Ripper, bye. Now, little do the contestants know, but this next one is a double elimination, just flat out. And this one, they are going to have to do like a traditional dance and then make like a guacamole nacho cheese sombrero hat made out of tortilla. Now, obviously, depending what flights they were, some of them do have a time advantage. In this challenge specifically, I feel like MK, Cameron, and B probably won't do the best, no caps. Let's get off of them. Ooh, I feel like this is a challenge meant for Izzy, Sierra, and Scary Girl, though. This would go nutty with them. Justin, Caleb, and Andra. Bro, who is Andra? We got Alejandro. First flight, congratulations to y'all. Alright, considering like the skill, adaptability, and intelligence, we got Jose's team going over there, Courtney's team going over there, and followed by last first place, also making it on the first flight. Congratulations. You know what? We got 2 more spots for the flight. I am gonna go ahead, give it to Sean, Jasmine, and Axel, plus Lori, Miles, and Dawn. Remember, if you on the second flight, you get like lobster and stuff. The first flight, you can have anything like steak, crab ragoon, sushi. This flight, you get a choice of like a juicy cheeseburger, lava, cakes, lobsters, the works. Emma, Kitty, and Damien, I think would do pretty well. I know in the show it looks like Chef like makes a lot of nasty mess, but I know he can actually cook. And I think Topher or probably even Chris could like dance. So good job to them. I know DJ can cook very well, and he does the ballerina stuff, so this would probably be meant for him. And I feel like the 3 following teams would do just, pretty well in this considering everything. Not going out just yet. Plus Blanley's team, the Geniuses. And you know what? We'll give the last seat on this flight to Dave, Noah, and Mike. Congratulations. You eating good. You sleeping good. Warm massage chairs. Now the teams better start, trying to gather their chicken, buckle it down, and focus up. I feel like for a lot of these contestants, in a weird way, like the biggest obstacle is going to be the dancing part, not even making a hat out of tortilla chips. But they're trying, they want this money, bro. It's like $2 million since there's 34 of them. Cody's team, Devin's team, and Millie's team. Congratulations on the third flight. 15 minutes later, we see the Wind, Carrie, and MK right through the doors. I feel like Z is definitely the dancer in that, and, you know, La Bamba breaking back her moves. I feel like Raj, Wayne, and Tyler somehow accidentally stumble their way through the finish line. Scott, I think, finally gives in and dances. Mickey, Jay, and Ezekiel, y'all finally pulling through. I just feel like they left the dancing up to Ezekiel and he just couldn't pull it off. I think Jay and Mickey might have made the tortilla hat just fine and delicious. Especially if it had sour cream. Yo, for your taco seasoning, get like Taco Bell seasoning. Like, it's delicious. And don't be afraid to like pour a lot of that in. Because bro, it tastes good, trust. Through a lot of trial and error, Joe, Eva, and Lightning probably gets it. Sadie, Katie, and Lindsay, good job. I feel like Sadie, you know, she might pull through and make the entire hat herself. Lindsay got that dance, maybe. I don't know, Katie, you know, did that dance thing before, so she probably got dancing going. Sugar is, you know, kind of a dancer, I guess, and maybe Taylor as well. They probably have to put all, like, 3 pieces of gray matter they have, connect them like, you know, markers in art class or something, and then they can probably pull out the hat right. I'm stumbling over words. All right, you know, the Goths, congratulations. Most pitiful dance anyone ever saw. Gwen, I'm so sorry that you had to do that, because I know for a fact Crimson nor Ennui are doing that. Dwayne, Beardo, Tammy, you and your teams are all at risk of being eliminated because this is a double. You guys are fighting for your life. Oh yeah, by the way, Raj, Wayne, Tyler, congratulations. Y'all made it on the third flight. Everyone else, you snoozing with the roaches. And I ain't talking about blunts, bruh. Congratulations to the final team walking through, really needing to get their game together. Dwayne, Jerry, and Pete, I am so sorry. To the other 2 teams, Tammy, Ella, and Leonard, I feel with like such a huge time difference and restraint since you're all the way at the end, plus your lack of skill overall, I think it probably just puts you in the dirt. 33rd place, I'm sorry. Spud really doesn't communicate. Beardo doesn't really communicate. Rock can only do so much, bro. It's not like Rock is like Superman or something. He's Rock. RIP to those. You know what? Let's have another double elimination this time. But this time, I'm going to publicly announce it to the entirety of the cast so they all know from the get-go. Do not mess around. Your life is on the line. By the way, Spud, Rock, you guys got another double eliminated. I'm so sorry. Once again, since there are so many teams, just like probably for a while, all the episodes probably going to be simple challenges right now, so everyone gets a little bit of screen time, a little bit of, you know, confessional. They can, you know, speak their heart out, have their emotions, you know, do their evil scheming, their hero acts, whatever. By the way, if you somehow made it this far in the video, please don't be afraid to subscribe to my gaming channel. The link is down in the description. I am starting to use my face cam a lot more and the editing is becoming a lot better. Like compared to this channel right here, the editing over there is Paramount Plus. Now for this simple challenge, all they have to do is win a game of mini golf by getting a hole-in-one, and then you have to go to a bowling alley and get a turkey, which means you get 3 consecutive strikes in a row. I won't even lie, Sierra's team, Justin's team, and Jose's team, with your time advantage and, you know, your guys' skill in what I believe you could do with this challenge, it's almost OP. So I'm gonna give it to a little bit of luck and say it's Jose, Bowie, and Jacques first, followed by Izzy's team. Sprinkle the luck of Dawn, or not Dawn, my bad, Emma, Kitty, and Damien, a little bit of luck for them making it through. And then we have Caleb's team. It's crazy that out of the 3 of these, Caleb is the nicest. Like, he's the voice of reason. He's good cop. Now, these 3 teams right here, I think this would be very well within, like, their strengths category. So I feel like this is also probably a cakewalk for them after a couple of tries. Only a couple, though, not many. By the way, that probably wraps it up for the first flight. There you go, contestants. Enjoy your delicious meal and your movies that haven't even came out yet. On some Mr. Krabs Krusty Krab, give me back my movie, you just watched it. Sky, Zoe, Priya, there y'all go. You guys just been waiting. You know what? I know Chris has to love golfing, bruh. And I feel like Chef is just a secret god. Like an actual Hokage of bowling. So you know what? Y'all make it through. Alright, now speaking of bowling gods and golfing gods, oh my god, I think this team is meant for this challenge. A huge, like probably the best comeback you have ever seen in a series like this. They blast in this challenge easy. They get there, Jerry picks up a golf club, he runs, swings, he gets it, they run by, they don't even stop. He doesn't aim, he swings, bam, they're in a taxi, they go to the bowling alley. They throw the bowling ball from the taxi, strike, and then the bitches cross the finish line. How is Pete, my man Pete, headband no, Brock looking Pete, gonna do a drive-by strike with a bowling ball? And then we got some other teams that I feel like would do pretty well in this, crossing the finish line early. MK, Cameron B, I think they'd be very good at this, followed by Joe, Yvonne, Lightning. And then kind of by luck, we got Raj, Wayne, and Tyler on their goof troop goofiness. Actual goof troop. Alright, I feel like with actual skill, we got Ennui, Crimson, and Gwen, crossing that finish line. With intellect, kind of, trying to calculate it and then finally getting it after a while. We got Cody, Sam, and Harold. And then by a little bit of luck, the last three entering board 2. And by board, I mean plane. Boarding plane 2. We got the Beast, the girls, and the boys. Which means everyone else, it's banquet tonight. Pick your flavor of ramen. Pretty soon, we see Bridget and Julia's team finally make their way. Everyone has kind of been at this for almost an hour and a half by now. And they are starting to get angry at this. Finally, after struggles, we got Lori, Miles, Dawn, plus Stephanie, Lashana, and Anne Maria. With the help, a lot of help of Max, we can probably see this team go ahead and cross to the third plane. Almost at an hour 45, we finally got Emma's team, Millie's team. And you know what? Let's chase the TikTok boys in there. Which means we have the final 5 teams. I won't even lie, I will be front with y'all for real. We already got these, I don't know what to say. They out, they can't do nothing, bro. How are they still here? Actual doo-doo birds, bro, dodo birds, I don't care. Either way, I got it right. Now we just need to figure out who is losing with them. Cause I know for a fact it's not DJ and Owen, and I know for 100% fact it's not Sadie, Katie, and Lindsay. And I won't lie, I really like Tom and I really like Kelly, but I just feel like something would happen where they just keep fumbling this. Maybe Kelly and Taylor have an argument, but you know what, I'm sorry that this is the end of the line for y'all. Mickey, Jay, you need to get your act together, get Ezekiel in line, bruh. And by get him in line, I mean get him in the finish line, bruh. The double eliminations will probably keep happening until the camera crew can have a break, focus on them individually. The editor's working overtime. The next challenge is fish 3 different kinds of fish from a lake and then transport those fish somewhere that you'll kind of get a hint at where the location is, but not really. That's like 2 miles down the road or something, and they're on foot. And they gotta transport the fish to a shop somewhere. So in a way, this is almost luck or helping each other based. And yeah, they do have a huge time advantage, but I don't know how helpful that'd be. Because getting a fish is, kind of luck, in general. And then finding the place is, once again, luck, because you don't know where it is really, except some very vague hints. But I will go ahead and give it to Noah's team and then Scary Girl's team, because I feel like she would just dive in there, probably with Izzy, to just go get the fish. And then they could probably find the place, but when they reach the mat, they are told that they have to wait a penalty, because the instructions were to fish, not to manhunt. So penalty for you right now. Dwayne, Jerry, and P, I feel like they're having a grand old time fishing. The walking part's gonna kill them though, but thankfully they kind of have a time advantage. Sean, Jasmine, and Axel coming in next, followed by Protein Powder and Henrietta's team. I think we can finally see Jose, Bowie, and Jacques come in, followed by Justin, Caleb, and Alejandro. And I think by this point, this team's timeout is finally over. And like 1 minute after that, we see the MacArthurs come in. And there we go for the first flight. Priya squad, Sam's gang, and then Chris's unit claiming the first 3, passenger team seats on flight 2. And I won't even lie, I feel like Chris is starting to get really annoyed by Topher. Emma finally going past the finish line. You know what? Go ahead and throw Courtney and Bridget in there as well. I won't lie, I think this time might have a struggle, because they might waste a lot of time trying to find a bowl or a container that will safely hold the fish in. That way they're just not carrying them willy-nilly like most other teams are. I think it would be pretty funny if back-to-back, we got Emma and Chase and Carrie and Devin just like on like opposite team with their partners just coming through in clutch. Alright, with 3 more spots left, the rest of the contestants doing their best to fish. You know what? B, Z, and Sadie, all of you go ahead, make the final 3 spots on that flight, and let me explain to you how I think it would be a funny way for Lindsay, Sadie, and Katie get in. So like Tyler's complaining, he's been here for a while trying to fish. Lindsay, Sadie, Katie finally get here, and he's like, babe, watch out, it's gonna be difficult, all the fish are gone, they're not even here. And then she immediately gets like a huge one, a bigger one than any of the other contestants got. I think it'd be funny, and that makes up flight 2. Y'all gotta hurry, bruh. You know what, Rodney and Ezekiel, they are like farm boys, so surely they've been taught to fish. And I feel like after a long while trying to find this goofy place, they finally get there. Congratulations, you guys are safe, not eliminated yet. Elodie, Mary, and Scarlett got hella lost, but they are finally here. Along with Dwayne, oh my god, their bones hurt. They never want to walk a 2 mile again. And we can't let the boys go out just yet. Scott, once again, a little bit of like a farm person, or at least a country person. I'm sure he's been taught fishing along with Duncan. They got a little bit lost, but the bad boys are there. And Maria, I just feel like she didn't want to fish, and so it probably like only left Stephanie and Lashana, which is slimmer chances than the rest of the teams. I feel like Lori, Miles, and Dawn finally is able to transport their fish safely, causing a huge setback, which means we are down to the final 3 teams. Unfortunately, I can only guarantee one of these teams safety. I'm sorry, Beth, I just feel like luck is not on your side this time. God, Lashana, you're like my favorite character, but I feel like your team is very messy, very different personalities. And I just feel like you guys couldn't compose yourself, which means Julia, Blanley, and Nichelle, congratulations. You get to sleep like 5 hours on a flight, and then you have to do a heart-racing mission again. Or else you might be a part of the double elimination that is definitely coming. Find local beachgoers and duel 3 of them on a 3v3 volleyball beach surprise like showdown. And then everyone on your team gets a trash bag and a picking up stick or whatever. And all of you have to get a pound of trash each, taken off the streets or whatever. Bring it to a dumpster, and then you are safe. Bro, Brick was built for this mission, and I feel like him and Sanders, how does Brick get along more with Sanders than he does to the person related to him? That's crazy. Y'all both got that oval chin. Hers is plural. Now this time I feel like getting here early would actually be a huge advantage for these people. Axel's team got it. Alejandro's team got it. Lightning team for sure got it. Now if I had to pick a couple people from the other flight, I would probably pick these 3 teams. Topher's team is a little bit of a wild card, but I think Chef could probably clutch in on that volleyball match. And as for the other 2, I just feel like Bridget and Jeff probably got a lot of experience with volleyball. Probably so Brody as well. There y'all go, add you to the pot. And you know what? We'll throw these 2 teams in as well. Why not? And that makes first class. Congratulations to y'all. Second flight, here we go. I feel like Gwen's, advantage of being on the first flight finally catches up and she's able to get past. Followed by Courtney's team, and then Emma and Kitty probably help Noah's team to like gather trash, or maybe they have extra trash and they give it to them. Because when Emma had a pound of trash, she kept collecting, waiting for these two, and then before she went, she gave it to Noah. So I think that probably helped a lot as well. The vegans probably think this is a great challenge to do because it saves like animals or like helps the earth. DJ, Rodney, and Owen, they would body anyone in volleyball. And you know what? Pete and Jerry, I'm gonna say that maybe tennis isn't so different than volleyball. They just gotta get like the serving and like the returning down. I feel like after a while, Trent's team followed by Harold's team got this. In which I'm gonna say 2 more for the second flight. And that is definitely going to Tyler's team and Julia's team. Nichelle, I think, would be very good at the volleyball aspect. I just feel like the bros could really be helpful in working with each other. Which means everyone else will be on flight 3, assuming they even make it here. The first 4 going on to flight 3. Junior's team, Cameron's team, Scarlett's team, and then finally Dwayne's team. I won't even lie, Dwayne, you might have got carried a little bit by Jerry and Pete. My man Pete. Hey, Peter. Once again, Ezekiel and Sadie are in the bottom 4, in which 2 teams must get eliminated. And I won't even lie, I think I know one of them. And I'm gonna say that they get unlucky and they choose like professionals to verse off against. And then by the time they finally do beat them, Ezekiel's team has already crossed the finish line and Max's and Sadie's team already has like 2 pounds filled. So no point, I'm sorry. And as much as I would love to give Sadie and Katie and Lindsay plot armor, I can't. They have to accept their fate, and unfortunately I do too. And you know what? Since I had to eliminate Sadie, I am very, very distraught, very sad, and I am going to do a triple elimination. But I'm not gonna tell them that. Shit, they ain't gonna know till they eliminated. I'm gonna make this one like a little fun one, in memory of the Sadie. Comment down Sadie. W Sadies. The challenge is you have to get to level 6 at least of Pac-Man. And then you gotta play Sonic the Hedgehog 2 all the way until you get to the jackpot zone. Beat the jackpot boss, Dr. Eggman, ugly looking ass. And then that's it, presto, you're in. Now this challenge is one that a lot of contestants are probably thrown back by because a lot of them are here for like strength or whatever. So like arriving here first might not even be that helpful for a lot of these contestants. However, I do indeed feel like the first team making it across is most definitely Brody, Jeff, and Bridget. I think their strengths actually go with this, plus the extra time they have. Followed by, Scary Girl, Izzy, and Sierra. This team is very nutty. They gotta watch out for them, bruh. And as Flight 2 arrives, Sky's team finally makes it across. Priya clutched in for the donkey. Oh, my bad, I accidentally choked on air. Priya, with her intelligence and skills, clutches the Donkey Kong. Right as the second fly... Bro, I'm fumbling words. Right as the second flight gets here. And Sam is immediately working these games, bruh. Oh my god, he's putting these hands on these games. And Sean is just barely able to get Donkey Kong down right before Dakota swooped in front of everyone on the first flight and then got himself a seat on the first flight. Cody was no help. Harold was no help. Once more, Damien and Dave's team both comes in clutch, getting the victory for themselves. One more team allowed on the first flight. And you know what? I'm gonna give it to Chris McLean. Maybe he played Donkey Kong back in his day. Or maybe even Chef, who knows? The third flight is arriving as the first flight is getting ready to take off. Justin finally beating it. Pause. Sanders got this. Bowie probably got this, or Jose. And I feel like the Goof Troop knows their way around video games. I feel like Junior has this, but then he starts helping his dad because he automatically knows that without his help, his dad and his team might be screwed. Now, I feel a lot of people from the third flight would be very good at this. So giving some leeway, I'm gonna say that MKB and Cameron for sure got this. Scarlett Elodie definitely able to figure out the measurements. And Mickey and Jay, they might be gaming gods, so I gotta give it to them. Max, I personally feel would be a huge help to his team. A lot of these teams are really struggling, and it's not even like this hard. Like, they've been here for an hour. How is it that hard? You've been here an hour, bruh. Should I pause that? I have no idea. And you know what? For plot armor's sake, you know what, Junior? You got it, your team got it, and you made them stay back to help your team. And you were like, you know what? I'm not leaving unless my dad team got it. Ryan, very angry, but, you know, he reluctantly said, bet, if I have no choice. He helped. They got it, but unfortunately, Dwayne's team is penalized for a hot minute, bruh. And these teams trying to do this quick. Amy's team making it to the last spot on the second flight. Congratulations. Junior has to take off while his dad may or may not be on the next flight. Now he's scared. Alright, finally, since Joe and Anoui's team, like, were on the first flight, I do think the time help from that finally, like, goes into play, and so they make it across. Which means, I have to unfortunately eliminate 3 of these teams? What? Alright, well, I'm sorry. I don't know. Chase must have messed around. Their machine broke. I have no idea what happened. Goodbye, TikTok stars. And maybe Miles kept, like, trying to reason with King Kong. Or Donkey Kong. My bad. I messed that up. And maybe they felt bad for, like, killing the ghost. And so they tried their best to win the games without killing the Pac-Man ghost, but they just couldn't. So you know what? You gotta be the next one on my list. I'm sorry, Nickelodeon. Channel 24. And once again, a little bit of plot armor. I have to give it to Julia and Blaney. Maybe Owen even feels bad for Blaney or whatever because she's sad, and so he might even throw a little bit. He already got his milli or 100,000, and now he ow. I'm so sorry, Owen. Oh yeah, I forgot about the retirement home. You know what? We'll just say their timer went out around here or something. So, you know, good on them. They barely got it. Don't cheat again, bruh. Alright, so I'm not gonna lie. I might have to do a quick little time lapse of some elimination. What the? Whoa. What was that? I sound like Porky Pig the fuck. I have to speed run some of the eliminations or else I'll be here all day. Elodie's team, I'm sorry. You guys probably get out in a fashion where you have to do speed and brawn. And you might try to calculate for that and it won't work out the greatest. Noah, Dave, and Mike, a little bit for the same reason. I'm not sure how well they could all get along because that is like a little bit of a mixed group. Personalities don't collide too well. And it's very sad, but it was only like really a matter of time before Zeke, you know, had what's coming to him. His team just isn't there. You tried your best though, and you beat Sadie, so congratulations. And once again, for the same reason, just a matter of time, the big bronze, and I feel kind of dirty, like, speedrunning Ezekiel and Eva's, like, elimination, because they had to put in work. They're finally back to get redemption, and there they go. Alright, back to normal for the final 18 teams. I can't even lie to you guys. This is 2 days later. I had to get off the recording, go to bed. That way I'm recharged and fresh with the ideas. 21st, 20th, 19th, I know y'all got done dirty, but here we are continuing forward. And I am going to say that the next challenge is you have to paint like an authentic Iceland painting or something, like art, whatever. And then you have to compete in a potato sack race and at least make the final 3. And by final 3, I mean like top 3 because you're racing against the locals and their families and whatnot. Can't even lie, I feel like Zoe, Priya, and Sky would actually be very good at this. I'm gonna say like this is a reset episode on the flight, so they all get here at the same time, or maybe they all get to sleep in a hotel. Everyone restarts fresh, which means I could probably have like a clear mind putting Bowie, Jacques, and Jose up here in second place, followed by Damien's team right here, and then MK's team clutching up. I feel like they could do pretty well in this challenge. B obviously might take up the entire potato sack by himself. Following close behind and taking the last 2 first plane tickets We got Harold's team clutching up, and right behind them is Courtney's team, which means everyone else will now be on the second flight. Blanley's team finally getting a seat, and close behind is Jasmine's team, the MacArthur squad, and finally taking their place is Scary Girl. Only 2 more spots on this plane, trying to get an advantage for the next leg of the race. Junior once again trying to help his dad in this challenge. The Goths go ahead and make it across, but not quick enough as Justin and Alejandro along with Caleb takes the last seat. Everyone else eating banquet. I know I joke on banquet, but like low-key they got some like banging meals. The 3-piece chicken tender, that's probably one of the best ones. Alright, Bridget and Jeff, there you go. You guys kind of fell off. I feel like you might have had trouble on both of the parts in a goofy way. And I won't even lie, seeing the rest of who's left, I'm just gonna say that Chris's team makes it on forward. Junior, even though he's been not dead, oh my god, he's been done, around like here. I'm about to go into Hunger Games mode. He finally helps his dad cross the finish line, and seeing these two, I'm so sorry, Duncan and Scott. You're one of my favorite teams, but this is just what has to happen. Alright, this next one you kind of have to get lucky. There's like a few hundred of like these really shiny but kind of small eggs hidden around a large city area. And each team has to find like 8, bring it to the finish line, in which you have 8 chances to make an omelet good enough for a local professional to critique your dish, give it a pass, and send you on your way to the finish line. If you mess up 8 times, you gotta take a penalty. Now consider this being luck-based. That is kind of advantage for like the first flight, but at the same time, luck is a thing that could help the other later people. I won't even lie, Bowie's team has so much luck on their side, and I feel like between the 3 of them, surely one of them knows how to cook fire meals. So they're probably like getting it first. Congratulations, y'all getting that gold you want so desperately. And if I had to pick one more from the flight to get in, it's probably Heather's team. They'd probably be able to find the eggs quite well, and then Heather and Courtney are pretty good cooks. I know that especially on Heather's case, I think. Now from the second flight, you know I gotta give it to the Goths, along with like the zombie tribe. I just feel like Sean is amazing at finding things, plus Axel and Jasmine, that's kind of a nutty group. And I think Ennui and Crimson would just find everything, even with the help of their pets, so I think they would also get the first flight. 2 more spots left on the first flight. Gonna have to pick one more from the first 2, and I think I'm going to choose Harold's team. Cody would probably find most of the eggs, and I feel like Sam is probably a decent cook, and even if he isn't, I feel like Harold or Cody is. Alright, so Kitty found like the eggs and no problem, and Damien was assigned the cook role, but unfortunately he lost and messed up all the eggs, which means right now they're in penalty mode. But I'm gonna say the exact same thing happens to like MacArthur squad. Brick and Sanders finds the eggs. MacArthur's like, oh, you should let the big woman cook because, you know, I'm big for a reason, I gotta eat. You know, just hyping up her cooking skills. She even mentions like the spice episode where she handled all the spices, now she knows. And I think she just like drops 3 of the eggs. 2 of them are runny, the rest are burnt. It's just not a good time. I feel like Owen would have said the same thing. Like, I'm a big man. I make big boy food. Let me eat. And then, you know, he just eats slop all day. Like, he ate paper mache sandcastle, bruh. That bitch ate bikini bottom extensions. I know his cooking can't be that good at all. Like, don't get me wrong, that man can probably make a sandwich, but if it requires seasoning, flavoring, timing, get someone else on it. Alright, third flight people finally getting a chance to cross the finish line. Now, as soon as Junior and Dwayne lands, for once, I think having all 6 of them is actually a blessing, because 6 people searching at once, bam, 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 that's eggs found. And it might take them a second, but I feel like they could eventually cook them up some eggs. So what I'm gonna say happens is Chef's team makes it across, gets the final spot on the first flight. Chef immediately perfected them eggs. Alejandro and Justin gets the first seats onto the flight along with Caleb. Sorry, I keep excluding you, Caleb. I'm gonna say that third team's timer finally wears off and they are allowed to get on the plane. Sky's team go ahead and makes it through. With the help of 6, we got Junior's team blasting in there, followed by the Tennis Pros and Dwayne. I won't lie, this team has to be one of my favorites. I do like the arguments, the joking and everything, and I am proud of them for how far they're getting. Sierra's team finally making it through. Last spot on the second flight, in which MacArthur's team, congratulations, you guys are done with the penalty. 4 teams trying desperately to get there. I'm gonna say they finally find all the eggs and they try cooking. However, it just doesn't work out in their favor. Eggs are missing, they scrambled, they messed up, they gotta wait. And that gives just enough time for MK's team to make it around. Their main problem was finding eggs, but I do feel like Julia's team probably has this. In which Jeff's team finally gets to the kitchen, but all I gotta say is they break egg after egg after egg, and when they're at their last one, it still doesn't turn up right, which means their penalty is gonna be longer than Wayne, Raj, or Tyler's penalty, which means, unfortunately, my favorite number, 17. You guys did good. I just want a little bit more character development for others. Alright, so in the bright, shining city of Las Vegas, you have to win at least $2 from 6 different casinos. The show will provide them like 30 bucks or something if you spend it all. Actually, that seems kind of low, actually. The show will like provide each team like $60 if they spend it all penalty. And after getting all the jackpots and whatnot, they have to go to a really, really large setup of laser tag in which teams will have to verse off, and you can only storm to the finish line after you win against another active team. Now, I feel like Chris and Chef knows their way around Las Vegas, like low-key. By the way, I'm gonna pretend that all of them have like Las Vegas rights, even though I know they don't, especially for the newer generation. Loki is a gambling god. He immediately just like helps win everything. He might like sniff at a machine and then Ennui pulls that lever and bam, money comes out that bitch every time Loki has like a clairvoyancy to him. In which they're waiting for a team, and like I said, Jose's team kinda lucky, and now they have to face off against the Goths in laser tag. And I won't even lie, I want the good guys, or you know, the good guys as of right now anyway, to have a little bit of hypeness and some showtime in the show. So we're gonna go ahead, let them beat the dancers, and they about to be so mad because of the Goths. They already don't like the Goths at all, so this probably just adds fuel to the fire. Alright, coming in next is Chef's team, and though I feel like Chef carries, Chris and Topher probably gets hit almost instantly, in which Chef hits Jose, but I feel like Bowie and Jacques jump Chef. RIP, they cross the finish line. But thankfully they don't gotta wait long, because Sean's team comes around, and Chef once again gets clapped, because I know for a fact Axel knows her way around a Glock, and Sean, the zombie hunter himself, knows his way around a Glock. So good shit. Second flight finally landing in. Couple teams I definitely can see like trying to get a casino, having definite good luck at the casinos. Finally, Alejandro team pulls around. Chef finally clutches up like we know he would, and we know he's not losing to Alejandro, bruh. Huh, hell nah. And Topher might even try a hiding tactic, because obviously being out and trying to shoot isn't working for him. So through trial and error, they get the first flight. Congratulations. Dwayne, once again, I just feel like he's one of those people who are gambling gods. He definitely knows his way around Las Vegas. Do they win the laser tag? No, they do not. Now, do they win the laser tag against Cody, Sam, and Harold? Once again, no, they do not, unfortunately. And there it is for the first flight. Congratulations, those 6. Sierra, Izzy, and Scary Girl fighting them as well. And unfortunately, the slot machines just aren't their thing. I didn't mean to say that. I meant laser tag. Laser tag isn't their thing. They keep getting blasted. Eventually, Courtney rolls around and her team. They blast them. Now, this is when Junior, Ryan, and Z comes in, and Dwayne tells Junior that he's been here since, like, the final, like, 3 or something like that. First 3, and Junior knows that the only way to potentially get his dad through is to throw And so he throws, he makes Z throw, and I feel like they could probably get Ryan on their own if they, use all 3 brain cells. Getting on that flight, congratulations. And maybe it's good karma, but I'm gonna say they even win the next square off, which is against Raj's team. Emma and Kitty also defending against Mr. Coconut's team. Now, B is a large target, and I feel like Cameron never shot a gun in his life, so this might be up to MK Vibo. And I won't lie, I think their first matchup might be a loss for them. Everyone else is now on the 3rd flight. The 4 that are left anyway. Zoe, Priya, and Sky would probably, mess that team up. MacArthur's team, you know what? Someone has to spend and lose all their money. It's Vegas. So it might as well be them. They have to take a penalty. But after Julia's team beats MK, they have no choice but to fight them anyway. This is to see who wins. And unfortunately for MK, I don't think they win this fight. RIP, 16th place. You did your best. Alright, that is the last time that a 3rd flight will be used, since this upcoming elimination is a double elimination. Using very, very authentic and fragile material, you have to sculpt a certain piece of art replicated in front of you, and then after making this, you have 1 shot at painting it with the right colors given to you at the right order. If you fail, you have to take a very long penalty. So first flight, this is a huge advantage because you need, for the most part, to take your time on this because there's many things that could go wrong. And seeing how long the penalty is and seeing how long it would take to finish this stuff, Harold kind of whispers to his teammate like, if we took the penalty now, we could actually use this to our advantage because this might take longer than the penalty. And so they think about it, and I feel like Cody and Harold agrees to this plan. Sam a little skeptical, but they do, which as of now puts them in a time penalty. And I won't even lie, I feel like no one is gonna be done by the time the 2nd flight rolls around. Now, if you're on the 3rd flight, this is a huge setback. If you survive though, you should be good because there is no more 3rd flights. So after a hot minute, I think Jose, Bowie, and Jacques, they once again take home first, in which Chef, his big meaty claws, breaks the vase. Almost done doing it too. That's the crazy part. This is one of those like amazing race episodes where the challenge is so boring. You're like, bro, why are they doing this? Because now they're just like, everyone is spending hours just sitting down, not talking, no content, just looking, focusing. It's like, bro, this is a lame challenge. And you have to do a huge time skip just to get to some action. Well, congratulations, the Goths. I feel like you guys probably have a handle on this. Dwayne's team unfortunately breaking their vase. And not too long after that, I feel like Sierra's team also breaks their vase. Probably because of Izzy and Scary Girl like fighting or messing around. Congratulations, Courtney's team. Finally, someone actually does the challenge and not break it. Guaranteed on the 1st flight. Caleb and Sean's team almost done. They're in the painting stage. And you know for a fact Tyler's team is gonna break that. 100%. After much dedication, we have Sean and his team escalating to the top. I feel like they probably are good at this kind of challenge. Speaking of which, congratulations, Sam's team. You guys have finished your penalty and it is now over. 1 spot remaining on the 1st flight. 3rd plane just got in. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and give it to Caleb and Alejandro. Everyone else, unfortunately, that's a 2nd flight for you. Emma and Kitty doesn't let Damien anywhere near this, and because of that, I do think they probably finish after a hot minute. Takes a while. Chris, congratulations. Your team is now eligible. I feel like Priya may try to rush things, and because of that, they do end up failing and their vase just completely breaks. It might even tip over low-key. 4 people waiting. 3 people still trying to do it. For some reason, I'd like to think that the raccoon is like helping majorly. You know how they have like fingers and stuff? Like maybe it's like an amazing paint or something like that. Ryan kind of stays away from it because his hands are too big. Z just like keeps encouraging the raccoon, while Junior for the most part completely works on it. Though it takes him quite a while, and this does allow Julia's team to like pass him. I know that him by himself and the raccoon technically can get it done. Congratulations. And he's probably happy as hell to hear that his dad's team penalty just got done. And the look on MacArthur's face when she drops the entire vase on her way to the finish line is priceless, because she automatically knows what that means. Yup, that puts her at 15th, and unfortunately that also means the next highest time in penalty is also the one going home. You guys made it to the top 14 teams. You should be proud. You guys are lucky because you automatically get to like be in the game. Alright, so the next challenge is you have to solve a 5,000 piece puzzle in which the puzzle is unique for each team, and it will show a place on a map where you have to go underwater to retrieve your final ticket of the challenge. That when you get on the map, it will allow you and your team to solidify your place. First flight, obviously with that advantage, but a puzzle is, pretty hard even if you are smart, because there is some luck kind of required. Just, how fast you can look at it. Maybe, things might already be pieced together or close to each other. Not to mention, every puzzle is different for each person, so some could be easier. And this is also one of those scenarios that I feel like no one would have it done by the time the second flight came in. But they do have quite a big advantage. Like, probably all of these, if not all of these, have at least like the edges done. Like all the flat like end corner pieces, all of that. So about 2, maybe 3-4 hours into this challenge, I think teams are finally starting to leave, realizing where the location is. Some of them still hardcore struggling on their puzzle, but with a huge comeback, I think Harold, Sam, and Cody, their team could probably actually do this. First place would be a huge achievement for them. Congrats. Now, little does Jacques' team know, a seagull flew by and ate one of their pieces. More details on that later. I do say the time advantage probably does work in favor of Sean and Courtney's team. However, while Sean is down there in the water trying to get his key, I'm gonna say that like a shark or something attacks him, eats his key, runs away, swims away. So as Courtney gets a spot on the first flight, Sean's team has to take a penalty. Axel is hella mad, but Jasmine is trying to calm them down. Bowie's team finally finishes the puzzle. Bro, my wording today is something else, I swear. They realize that a piece is missing. Bam, another penalty. Feel like Emma team got this, along with Izzy's team. I feel like after Junior's team finishes, they all will try and help Dwayne, because 6 people working on a puzzle at once is like very good. However, I think Ryan is starting to get mad and vocally expressing that they can't help Dwayne every time, bruh. They can't keep like getting him out of shit. You gotta do it himself at some point. Ennui's team finally getting it. One more spot left on the first flight. And you know what? Let me go ahead and hand it to Julia's team, because I think they might actually be able to do something like this. Now with the second flight in order, I feel like Sean, your team's penalty is probably done. Junior and Dwayne's team making their way through. And by the time Chris's team is finally done, so is the penalty for the dancers. Which means it is up between Caleb's team and Raj's team. And not only do I think these might be like more like capable of the challenge and whatnot, but I feel like their time advantage is just something I can't ignore. So unfortunately, Wayne, Tyler, Raj, Mr. Coconut, RIP, 13th place. You guys did try your best. The dancers fell off, bro. Now this next upcoming challenge is once again gonna be a double elimination. I'm sorry I keep doing that. There's only one more double elimination after this, I promise. I won't say when though. But it's gonna be like a fear factor kind of thing. Spend an hour underground and then jump out of a helicopter or a plane wearing a parachute. If you don't want to do either of these things, you can go ahead and take a penalty if you wish. Now, even though Emma and Kitty are probably down. I just think Damien is gonna say no, 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 and they're immediately gonna take the penalty. Because you need everyone on your team to do it. Cody, Harold, and Sam, they 10 toes down. They ready to do this challenge. However, I feel like Amy is gonna bitch out of it, and she's also going to force her team to take a long penalty. This entire team right here ready to like die, bruh, for anything. Not even a cause. Ennui can't wait to be buried alive. Freak a leak, and then Gwen doesn't want to be buried alive. But she said, you know what, I did it once, maybe I can do it twice. Scary Girl's team coming in clutch, probably followed by Julia's team and then Harold's team. The second flight probably arrived like 20 minutes ago. However, Jasmine and Axel has spent this entire time trying to convince Sean to do this, but eventually at the end of the day, they take the penalty because Sean has a deathly afraid phobia of being buried alive, because that's how you rise from the dead, or whatever plot the Total Drama creators would like to use at the time. Now, by the time Ennui's team makes it across, I'm gonna say these two teams and their penalties are over. However, only Emma, Kitty, and Damien, you guys get the first flight. It's only final 5 now. The rest is second. Good luck. I know Courtney mad as hell because that sudden rule change. And I won't even lie, I don't see any reason why anyone left would not do the challenge immediately on either end of the spectrum. So, like, the only thing I can see happening is because of that, Sean, unfortunately, your phobia cost them the game. Hella bread, I'd be mad at you. Just to confirm the placements on the second flight, here they are as they follow. Actually, minus the hunkies. I changed my mind. I kind of forgot for a second. It was a double elimination. Bam, bam. Final 10, not looking too bad, not looking too shabby. The final 10 teams must indeed face like a music challenge in which they have to play a certain melody on a flute. Not an easy one either. Get approved by a local critic, and then play a game of horseshoe against the locals in which you must win, and then you are allowed to go to the finish line. First flight with their time advantage might help a little bit. I could see this being a challenge that Emma, Kitty, and Damien are pretty good at. And maybe Damien can have screen time as like a god at being like the game of horseshoe. I feel like that's something quirky he would know. You know what? Let's toss the bros a bone. Pause. Y'all making as well, not eliminated just yet. And I say by the time Gwen's team learns like the flute portion of the challenge, the second flight is now arriving. Everyone trying very fast to make their way to the competition and do their part. Eventually, Gwen's team is the next one to make it. I feel like as Izzy teams make it, Courtney team also probably makes it right there with them. Everyone else now on the second flight. Thankfully, to their time advantage, Julia's team gets it, and shortly after, so does Jose's team, leaving us down to the final 3. And you know what? To add a little bit of suspense, how about we make it Junior's team versus Dwayne's team? And I'm sorry, but no way did Junior's team help Dwayne's team this many times just to get out before them. You tried your best, Jerry and Pete. 10th place is very honorable, and y'all should be proud. Lots of humor probably came from that team, and it's probably one of my favorites of the season. Alright, now the racers must collect 10 different things from the beach to make into a hopefully beautiful necklace. After finding someone that's willing to pay $2 for the necklace, which, by the way, I understand international laws. I know some places you can't just go asking people to buy stuff, but I'm gonna pretend this is one of those countries where you can. So after finding someone to buy your fake hidden immunity idol, you must then take a full hour of training to be a lifeguard, in which at the end, you will test to see if you are fit, and you must do CPR successfully on a dummy, in which if you fail, you will take a penalty. No second tries on this one. Good luck, racers. I feel like the first part of this challenge is something Izzy, Scary Girl, and Sierra would be very good at. I feel like they would like find stuff quite easily, and Sierra probably makes lots and lots of necklaces for Cody anyway. Which, by the way, I feel like Sierra is harassing Cody, bruh. But I feel like they could also intimidate people to buy their necklace. And I'd say by the time they're almost done, like 35 minutes into the lifeguard course, the second flight now arrives. They were kind of pretty quick. The pilot must have wanted lunch early. If you somehow made it this far in the video, do not be afraid to comment your favorite color and, you know what, your favorite lunch item. Why not? Appreciate y'all very much. Think we all know that this team is making it in first. Good job. Few of the other teams on the lifeguard, but I feel like with Junior on this team, they could probably sell the necklace very easily, because Junior could probably like do the sympathetic thing and people would just feel bad and buy it off him, especially if he has a raccoon in his hand. So they probably make it to the lifeguard station quite a bit earlier than the rest of the second flight, but at the same time they're probably not too far along because they want to win this thing. Everyone is kicking it into overdrive. By the way, only the first 4 teams will attend the first flight. Everyone else will have to be second. Speaking of which, congratulations, Emma's team. You guys are still trying to keep the lead. Doing great. Emma and Kitty, as it stands, you are looking to be in the finale once more. Chris McLean is probably gonna be able to sell that necklace very easily, considering his famous status and anyone would want it. They buy it for $2 and they sell it on eBay for $200. Son, easy like that. Junior's team making a comeback. Congratulations. In which this is the point where I feel like Ennui tries the CPR thing and he fails the course. He just looks at the dummy and, you know, he goes in the dummy ear and he whispers, "Die. Die right now." You know, some bullshit like that. And they have to take the penalty, allowing just enough time for Topher and the stars to make it on through. Congratulations, Chris. You are finally in first class, just how you like it. Enjoy it while you can, buddy. The last 4 teams fighting frivolously for the second flight. And I won't lie to you, due to plot and stuff, the final 2 may just have to come down to all the queens. Heather's team versus Julia's team. By the way, after Jacques's teams makes it, so does the Goths. Congratulations. And also congratulations, Julia and the squad, because you guys take the last seats on the flight. I'm so sorry to Courtney's team. You guys did very well. Courtney, Heather, Amy, all probably mad. Amy, you know what? You probably didn't deserve the W or bread anyway. Now, this is the last double elimination I was talking about. And since it is a surprise and final double, the first flight gets to sleep while they wait for the second flight, and they all start at the same time. The first 3 to make it to the finish line after completing the task will go on the first flight, and then the next 3 will be on the second flight, and the 2 bottom teams will be eliminated. In this challenge, you must help the country's garbage men do their daily task and job, cleaning out 2 blocks worth of trash and garbage. After that, you must check into a hotel where you will have to take a shower, please. You're gonna stink like SpongeBob from that one episode looking for his identity. And after, you smell nice, the people will give you a hint for a parking lot in which you must find a car. And this is a huge parking lot, by the way. I'm talking maybe, close to 1,000 cars. And one of those cars will have the license plate of your team name or one of the team members from your team. You must open that trunk, in which there will be a ticket, and that ticket will get you on a train and take you to the finish line. Everyone at the same time starts now. Now, some of these teams, I won't even lie, they probably really don't want to get their hands dirty. But I say those leading, in the front, is probably the Stars, Sierra's team. And I feel like this would be something, at least in the beginning, that Harold, Cody, and Sam would be goated at. Z kinda caring, letting them get in front. Goths carrying crazy. These teams are probably the bottom 3 as it stands. Showering, I'm just gonna say, kinda takes the same time for mostly everyone, maybe just off by a couple minutes. Now, the finding your car thing is luck, but I feel like most teams will use the strategy of split up, and that will probably work very well. Cody immediately spotting his name on like the 12th row. He just got lucky because he started at 13 and just wanted to work his way down, and bam, he found it. He got the key. They took the train. Congratulations, you guys are guaranteed into the final 6. Now, I feel like Izzy and Scary Girl are going to be... Are not Scary Girl, bro, that's Sierra. I feel like Izzy and Sierra are going to be looking for license plates with either Sierra, Izzy, or Scary Girl on it. But in factuality, the license plate says Lauren, and they don't really know that. I feel like Z has a pretty spottable name, and so they get second place, and I'm alright with that. Especially since the raccoon has like really good vision. And you know what? Even though I feel like the queens would come in almost last, I'm gonna say they have insane luck, and Julia almost instantly sees her name as soon as she takes the elevator to like the 20th floor. Bam, Julia right to the left, 8 cars down. She can't believe it. Their luck turned around, and she is guaranteed not only in the final 6, but in the first flight with a huge advantage. And you know I can't let the stars go yet. They were the first here. They had most time. Oh, what's up, Courage the Cowardly Dog? They had the most time, so it's deserving they finally get it. And you know what? Kind of the same reason as the raccoon, I'm gonna say Loki probably helps them find it as well. I think all of them has very distinct names that you would see, which means we have the final 3. I'm sorry, but maybe it's just terrible luck because I'm gonna say Scary Girl's team and Jacques' team both probably fail in this challenge, being sniped at the last second. You guys, once again, like the rest, did amazing. The other teams, however, just had better luck, a little bit better strategy maybe. And one of y'all didn't even know what team you were looking for. You were looking for Scary Girl. Her name's Lauren, bruh. All you have to do now is make it across the finish line, and you are guaranteed into finale at the final 5. Scattered across the GPS you've been given is 6 different locations for puzzle pieces you need to have, and after traveling for a very long time and accumulating all the puzzle pieces, you must put it back together, in which it will show a spot where you must go to take scuba diving lessons, and then you must scuba dive and find one of the gold coins we have hidden at the bottom. Kinda small, hard to see. Pause. So I feel like with all of them traveling, that would instantly like be a huge thing to have a time advantage on. Because they got like 35 minutes of extra traveling time before they even touch the ground. And because of the time advantage, I almost have to say that one of them needs to be first place. And looking at the group before me, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Julia's group. Congratulations in the final 5 in finale night. We are losing one of the following 4. Did I say 4? I meant 5. Matter of fact, put a little bit of respect on their name. They probably get the puzzle done quite quickly. And compared to all these teams, they probably have snorkeling down the best. Especially Damien, who's paying attention to make sure he's safe, along with the others. And you know what? I'm gonna give it to y'all as well. Everyone makes it on the first flight, by the way. There is no advantage. At the end, it's a free-for-all. I feel like Junior's team is probably the next to arrive, mainly because Ryan would be like the scoobing god. And I won't lie, the Goths probably make it through next, and Sam, your team would be out if it wasn't for the fact you got a huge time advantage. I'm gonna say you guys are racing very close next to Chef and Chris and Topher. And you guys barely have the leg up. You guys make it. I'm so sorry to the host. But you lost. You got very far. And here we are trying to make it with the final 5 teams all here, racing with a fair chance, wanting this money. They are instructed to do things that require brawn, brain, endurance, speed, quick feet, quick thinking, all the works. It will require that to win. To check that you are in, There are 4 different checkpoints. If you are the last team to be at a checkpoint, you are eliminated. Now, this is the hard part where I have to give out these placements, because every single one of these teams tried their hardest and best to win, and it sucks cutting their dream down because only one of them, technically 2, can win because of like alt winnings and stuff. So unfortunately, I'm going to say that the first team that comes up short is Emma, Kitty, and Damien. This feels bad considering Emma and Kitty were literally right there at the end last time, and it's almost like that again, but you guys are like the ultimate ones at this game, and you did not waste your second chance. So many teams you had to beat to get here. But now we are at the final 4. And as much as it hurts to say this, Junior, Z, Olivia, and Ryan, I'm so sorry, but 4th place is where it's at. You guys tried very hard. You helped Dwayne get so much farther than he would have. You made friendships. You guys made friendships with each other. An odd pairing, but at the same time, I feel like it would be very entertaining to watch. And you know for a fact, I gotta give this team 3rd place. Definitely the hardcore villains of the season. Which means congratulations, the Goths and the boys. It took so long for you guys to get here, but here you are. You have won. You took home the prize. Second chance coming in clutch. Gwen with another prize cash out. And Sam, Harold, and Cody winning, I just feel like is so fire. Of course, you can choose who's the runner-up, who's the winner. This is just how it is in my opinion. This was quite a long video. If you want to see anything else like this, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment down what you would like to see. I like all the comments and I read every single one of them. Once again, you are so amazing for watching, and I dare every single one of you to have a good day.